Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin Frazier, and this is EA Sports Game Changers.
Today, we're in Seattle with Seahawks superstar Richard Sherman. Find out why he's so excited and dancing his feet off. And the American Outlaws, are they the loudest soccer fans in the world? Ross Thomas goes into the crowd to find out just how much noise these super fans can make. Then, boxes of baseball gloves from this garage in California to the front lines in Afghanistan. We'll meet the minor league shortstop, bringing joy to the troops, one glove at a time. Plus, there's a reason Madden NFL looks and sounds so much like real football. You'll meet the secret team who puts their game in the game.
Welcome to EA Sports Game Changers. I'm Kevin Frazier. We have a great show for you today, and it starts right now with NFL star Richard Sherman. The Seattle Seahawks cornerback is fast, smart, and as active on his day off as he is on game day. Our Ross Thomas headed north to see if he could keep up with the Stanford grad. And you know what? It wasn't that easy.
He's got the moves to amaze and the words to pump you up.
How you guys doing today?
This is Richard Sherman, and his feet are some of the fastest in the NFL. The ones he uses every week to blanket receivers as the star corner of the Seattle Seahawks. To see him on the field is awesome. To hang with him on an off day? Incredibly inspiring. The man has serious positive energy.
Tell me a little bit about this event today.
It's fun, man. It's always good to help underprivileged kids and kids that haven't necessarily had all the resources and tools they need to be successful, and kids that are working hard still trying to persevere, still trying to make it through the adversity. It's gonna be fun to make their day, to make them smile, and to see how happy and enthusiastic these kids are gonna be, and just to watch the next generation thrive. I want to be a part of anything that helps the next generation be better than we were.
Now trust me on this, when we showed up at Foster High School, I learned fast that when Richard decides to bring his message, he brings it high energy style. No boring stuff here.
I heard y'all got a game today, huh? We gonna win that game or what? We gonna win? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm here to tell you as a prime example of knowledge is power. Being in school, getting great grades, it allows you to do so many more things with your life. I could be a commentator, I could be a professor, I can be the president if I wanted to be. I'm not sure they're gonna let me do it with dreads, but that's a whole nother story.
Ultimately, you chose, man. You said, you know what? Not only am I gonna excel in football, but I'm gonna excel in academics. And you went to Stanford, and you did exactly that.
I like a challenge, and I like to make a statement, and I thought going to Stanford did both of those things. It doesn't matter where you start. You can make it anywhere in this world. You can do amazing things if you really put your mind and energy to it.
You've created a foundation. Tell me a little bit about that program.
Well, Blanket Coverage is my foundation. We created that to help kids that were underprivileged, that didn't necessarily have the resources that they needed to be successful. So I just want to be able to help those kids out and give them a chance, give them an opportunity to be successful.
And there's no limit to how far this star will go to connect with the kids he hopes to encourage.
Show me something. Show me something. Hey, hey, hey! Yeah, that was smooth. Now I'm about to try to top that.
After dazzling the crowd, Richard turned his focus to the football team.
You got your stuff?
And saw something he didn't like.
I want to see what y'all wearing. These are almost tennis shoes. These are almost flat. You can't play in these. Hey, we got y'all a few cleats, because we can't have you playing in these.
just like that, Sherman broke out new cleats for the team's big game, courtesy of his foundation.
These might work a little bit better.
Richard handed out new cleats and new fully packed backpacks, plus a contract to ensure success.
Number one, you will complete your current grade level at Foster High School with an improved GPA. That's good with y'all? We're trying to be game changers for them. We're trying to make them game changers, man. We're trying to make them be the most successful people they can be. And sometimes you need a contract in there to push people. I want y'all to become better people, better students. I want y'all to be the best out there, man.
What does that mean to you as the head coach that Richard Sherman was here to give cleats to your players?
It means everything that there's somebody in the community that they look up to, they talk about, they ask me about. And the cleats were just a great token of his appreciation, and they can go out there and play with confidence.
As for how this superstar wants to be remembered,
well, I want them to remember me as a guy who made the world a better place. I want to be a Hall of Famer, but I also want to be one of the guys that has helped the world the most.
For more NFL content, go to NFLRush.com.
Coming up, cover your ears. The American Outlaws' chants and cheers are so loud, they're being recorded for the world to hear. And the gift of baseball, how old gloves are turning into new hope for thousands overseas. Plus, they take their experience from the field and put it in your video game. The amazing athletes behind Madden NFL.
Welcome back. Now listen to me. Whether you want to accept it or not, soccer is growing in America. It really is, on the field and also in the stands. As a matter of fact, I want to introduce you to a group of fans. They are called the American Outlaws, and they are the diehard supporters of the U.S. national team. They are so dedicated that their chants were recorded for fans worldwide. Ross Thomas shows us how the high-tech experts needed the help of the American Outlaws.
Every sports fan wants to believe they have an impact on the game. But for one group of soccer fans called the American Outlaws, there is no uncertainty.
Our whole goal is to make a difference to the U.S. team, right? So we plan to be loud and sing and back the team in whatever way we need to.
We are going to Brazil!
We are a U.S. soccer fan group. We started in Lincoln, Nebraska, where I'm from, and we've developed chapters in 96 cities around the country.
One of those 96 cities, Columbus, Ohio, where Corey and 9,000 of his closest outlaw friends came for World Cup qualifier Team USA and Mexico.
What do you say to someone who says, Americans don't know soccer?
It might have been the case 20 years ago, but there is a serious group, a core of people all over the country that live for this sport and they know everything about it. We have a bad stigma that we're coming to the party a little late, but we make up for it in emphasis.
So much emphasis that the Outlaws cheering is being captured for eternity, so the live-action sounds can be used to create a digital sound mix.
We really want to try to get a nice flavor this year for the American team, and we're trying to get to a place where, as a fan of that squad, when you play it in the game, you say to yourself, yeah, that's right, that's authentic.
To create the most authentic environment possible, it's imperative to record all different kinds of sounds.
We do put microphones on the corners of the goals. On the corners of the field, we have stereo microphones. The sound of the foot hitting the ball is one of those hardest things that we try to accomplish. So we use wireless parabolas to do that. They're large dishes that actually can reach out and catch the sound of a foot hitting the ball or any body part hitting the ball.
But to get the sweet sounds from the field to your living room, they're brought here first, to EA's Sound Studios in Vancouver, Canada.
A big part of our crowd element, I think the biggest part, is the songs that people sing, the chants. That is, that's their songs, their hymns. It's built into them and it's ingrained. It's really important. So obviously, it's really important that we get that right. The crowd experience itself is built up of a bunch of layers. We have the reactions, then we have the chants, which is really important for football or soccer. And then we have what we call salt and pepper, which is just your basically individual call-outs, your heckles, your yells. That's what fills up that experience.
For the American Outlaws, it's safe to say their sounds are starting to resonate all over the soccer world.
Coming up next, how one idea turned this garage into a factory of hope for thousands of American soldiers. The shortstop who's making sure troops can play baseball no matter where they are. Plus, it takes more than computer code to make Madden NFL. Meet the football team that makes this game so unique.
Welcome back. With sheer determination, you can accomplish great things. Next, you're about to meet a man whose determination to change the game has caught on big time. He's a baseball player who launched a grassroots program that is bringing America's pastime to America's troops all over the globe.
For Vance Albitz, this truck arriving represents the start of a journey. This pallet is filled with baseball gloves, and these gloves are headed to the most dangerous places on Earth. These gloves are headed to war.
What's Gloves for Troops all about?
Gloves for Troops is a charity I started last year that ships baseballs and baseball gloves out to U.S. military throughout the world so they can play catch with one another, kind of get a sense of home and a sense of normalcy when they're far away under the stresses of war.
That ball's hit in the air into left center field. On the run is Diaz. He can't get it, and that's to the wall. A big night for Vance Albitz.
Albitz is an infielder in the St. Louis Cardinals organization, and a good one. Hard work, determination, and solid play has got him to AAA Memphis. Just one phone call away from the bigs. A high school star at South Torrance High School, just outside Los Angeles. Albitz is hitting .270 in his first 3 years after signing as an undrafted free agent out of UC San Diego, where he was Division II All-American and set the school's all-time record in hits, doubles, runs scored, and assists. Back at home, he has turned his garage in Southern California into the headquarters for Gloves for Troops.
You could play life-size Jenga with this pile. Can we dig in?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
The big idea was born after Vance read about a soldier whose only wish was to have a baseball glove. And in this garage, if you think it, they will come.
We just got 300 gloves.
With the help of his dad and brother, Vance has already sent out more than 2,000 gloves, most of them donated.
These are gloves that have been donated, but a lot of them need repairs. So what we do is we clean them up. These are all, they're all gonna be good once we do it. We just restring them and they're good to use.
What has been the response from some of the soldiers?
Just being thankful that they've not only received the gloves and the baseballs, but that people are thinking about them and people are supporting them.
The positive response from the troops has come in all forms: letters, emails, and even video messages like this one.
Everybody was excited. I mean, again, it's something as soldiers we don't expect to get. We do this for our country, and we don't expect to get anything in return. So to actually get it, it's just exciting.
I certainly can't imagine being in a war situation, but what I can relate to, and what I think everybody can relate to, is that feeling at some point in their life of being away from home, or being alone, or feeling lonely, or feeling homesick.
When you're loading up a box to send to a member of our military, what all goes in it?
4 gloves, I'll put a ball in it, and then I'll grab a letter.
Dear soldier, thank you for protecting our country. I hope you like baseball as much as I do. Here's a glove and a ball to play catch. Maybe one day you can see me play in the World Series.
The great part about the letter is, even if it's for a minute, they read the letter and they feel happy or they feel like they're not alone.
A lot of people consider you as a baseball player and a lot of Major League Baseball players as heroes. But you look at these soldiers who are fighting every day overseas for our freedom in our country, and you probably look at them in a different way, as a different type of leader and mentor. How can you compare the two? Can you?
I really don't think there is a comparison. To imagine being in a situation where when you lose, it's not just you lose a baseball game, you can lose a life. You do mention the word hero. I would say that's something that you would have to say when you talk about a military person.
For many, Vance's actions here in the garage are heroic. For this shortstop, it's about more than the feeling of a ball hitting the glove. It's about what that ball and the glove really mean to him and the soldiers on the other end.
To me, playing catch represents going outside with my dad, and it represents happiness.
Up next, the NFL insiders who make Madden NFL more than just a video game.
Welcome back. When people talk about EA Sports Madden NFL 25, you hear this a lot. How do they make it so real? Well, the answer is more than the technology. There are key people on the creative team who are former football players. And if that sounds like a dream job, well, it is. A college quarterback, an NFL lineman, a standout defensive back. Exactly what you need to build a team. Not a football team, a team of innovators, athletes whose goal is to create new technology for the future of football.
There's still so much room for us to achieve greatness in this game, and that's really what compels us.
Rex Dixon sounds like more of a coach than a creative director, and in a sense he is. He played college football at Marist before graduating to a dream job in technology. Here, he's assembling a like-minded team to change the future of how sports and computer science come together.
So that's what this next generation is all about, is that ability to deliver the authentic representation of what you see on Sunday.
I would have never dreamed I would be here at EA, and really for me it's just like coming to another team.
Clint Oldenburg has spent much of his adult life on teams, NFL teams that is. The former lineman had stints with the Patriots, Broncos, and Redskins, among others. But more importantly, he represents a growing number of football players being recruited by EA Sports.
As a football player, you come into a new arena. I'm now designing video games. You always wonder, am I really the right guy for the job?
His job? He and his football counterparts are responsible for finding missing elements in Madden related to their position.
That moment hits where you built something, it works, it looks great, and then you're like very confident, yeah, I can do this. I can do this just as well as I played football.
Most of the time, it's not much different. Oldenburg's most recent accomplishment, implementing double teams on the offensive line.
This is a feature that a number of our fans have wanted because it shows offensive linemen working together as a unit. And when one lineman doesn't have anyone to block one-on-one, he's definitely going to go help someone in real life.
We've tuned the pass rush to be realistic now. You have as much time in the pocket as a person in real life would. And that's a huge change and shift for this game.
You sometimes walk by, you can't tell if it's a real game or is it a video game, and that's been a goal of ours.
Larry Rehart has been a critical part of the realistic push. In the early 90s, he played quarterback at the University of Florida, which explains why he spent so much time revamping the game's passing system.
In the past, we only had really two types of throws, a bullet pass or a lob. And if you watch NFL, they throw with all different types of trajectories. We'll watch tape and sit down with the engineers and watch different types of passes and say, like, look how he threw it over the linebacker here, but in front of the safeties. How can we get that pass in our game?
The engineers write the code while motion capture technology is used to create new animations, and once a new feature is completed, the team calls a film session.
We also have coaches come down and spend like 2 or 3 days with us
to pick their brains and get their breakdown on X's and O's and how we can make the game more authentic.
Their dedication to innovation is more than visible. Their unique ability is to take their expertise from playing days and turn it into high-tech reality.
Now you're starting to see some behavior that is so intelligent and so reactive that you're like, oh my, that looked like football. It's not strictly the visuals, it's the way the players are thinking, the way they're moving, the way they're reacting. That's what's grabbing people about this game.
Thanks for watching, and remember, no matter where you live, whether it's on or off the field, you can be a game changer.